A boy no older than 16 walks into a dark Birmingham alley. His boots echo across wet cobblestones. Nobody follows him, because everyone already knows who he is. Not by his face, but by the flat cap pulled over his eyes. For years, people believed the Peaky Blinders were stylish gangsters in expensive suits. The truth was far darker. They were poor, young, violent, and they ruled through fear. The story begins in Birmingham, England, around 1890. Factories covered the skyline. Smoke filled the air. Thousands of families lived in overcrowded homes. Jobs were scarce. Money disappeared almost as quickly as it was earned. For many teenagers, crime wasn't exciting. It was survival. Street gangs appeared across the city. Each neighborhood protected its own streets. Fights became common. Knives, heavy belts, and steel-tipped boots became weapons. Among those gangs, one name spread faster than the rest: the Peaky Blinders. But where did that name come from? Many people believe they hid razor blades inside their flat caps, then slashed their victims across the eyes. It's a famous story, but historians say it's probably a myth. Disposable razor blades were still expensive during the gang's early years. Most researchers believe the name came from the pointed peak of their caps. Blinder was local slang for someone who looked sharp. Looking dangerous was part of being dangerous. But clothes weren't what made people fear them. Their reputation did. They robbed people walking home after work. They attacked rival gangs. They intimidated shopkeepers. Many witnesses stayed silent. Speaking to the police could be just as dangerous. Could fear become stronger than the law? In parts of Birmingham, it almost did. Historian Carl Chin spent decades studying these gangs. His research tells a very different story from television. The real Peaky Blinders were not criminal masterminds. Most were teenagers trapped in poverty. Their crimes were brutal, but they were also local. The television series made them look powerful. Real life was far less glamorous and far more tragic. Eventually, another gang took their place: the Birmingham Boys, led by Billy Kimber. They built larger criminal networks and pushed the original Peaky Blinders aside. Their gang disappeared, but their name survived. More than a century later, a television series turned them into legends. Millions recognized the flat cap, the tailored suit, the slow walk. But the real streets of Birmingham had no dramatic soundtrack. Only smoke, violence, and desperate young men trying to survive another week. Perhaps that's the strangest part. History often becomes more beautiful with time. The suffering fades. The legends grow. The real Peaky Blinders were never superheroes. They were a symptom of poverty, a symptom of inequality, a symptom of a city struggling through the Industrial Revolution. The next time you hear the name Peaky Blinders, remember this. The most dangerous thing about the real gang wasn't hidden inside their caps. It was the world that created them. Because history doesn't create monsters out of nothing. Sometimes it creates ordinary people and leaves them with extraordinary reasons to become dangerous.